Okay, I guess we're live. Today woke up in the bull. The algorithm that we do use did kick off. I've been in some trades already. Kind of missed the ball drop. Dropped out underneath this when Bitcoin had hit the 30 range. Lost 5 or 6%, but now we're back up, so that's a good thing. The whole purpose of this stream is going to be helping you as a retail trader make better and informed decisions and understand how to trade more successfully. I've been doing this for about 15 years now. I am a hedge fund manager and owner over at Stathis Strategies. We started it up probably just a couple of months ago to really help people in such a bear market and in this economy that we're experiencing. It's definitely not fun. Our leadership has a lot to do with it. I remember growing up, people used to say that politics does not affect your personal lives. However, that is truly false. So anyways, I started up the hedge fund for the sole purpose to help people actually grow their portfolio instead of getting into crappy mutual funds, ETFs, and all the other horrible stuff that financial advisors trick people into. So anyways, those who are knowledgeable with hedge funds, we're not always the bad guys. We're more of a long-term or long position type hedge fund. We buy, we don't short. There's been a couple things I have shorted, but not in the realm of stocks. It's been more options like buying puts and stuff like that. So with this live stream, I'm pretty much going to be discussing the better ways, more successful ways to trade. I remember getting into positions. Next thing you know, they're going the opposite direction. And it was never fun seeing your account shrink rather than grow. So hopefully this puts a spark into your trading strategy and how to become a better trader. Now I'm going to be flipping in back out of the tabs to check anybody that's joining us today and trying to answer any comments or questions that people may have. So the Ichimoku cloud, that is the number one trading indicator that I would say that you have to learn. The Ichimoku. There's several inputs that you can test, especially with the lagging span line. I think right now I've got ours set to 30 cycles back, maybe 25, 26 range. And that tells me whether or not we're going to have an explosive move to the north, as we can see. Once that lagging span line is, and what I'm talking about is this line right here. Once it breaks out of the trend or out of the candles, Heiken Ashi, you typically have a good breakout, and vice versa. When you have the lagging span line sink down below your trend, you can see what happens. You get into that red territory. So, that being said, the Ichimoku is one of my most favorite indicators that I use personally within the hedge fund. And it's just overall my go-to. Now, the key in setting this up and understanding it is looking for multiple time frames and understanding what each time frame means. The 4-hourly, for example, is going to show us ultimately where the trend is going to head in a longer term perspective. Once you get into daily, weekly, same thing. It's the overall trend, right? The longer term perspective, vision, predictability, whatever you want to call it. The 1 hourly, what I usually trade off of, gets me into the position more precisely or more sooner than one who would get into it using a daily. And you can go back, you can use 15-minute, you can use 30-minute. You can even use, if you're a scalper and you have a scalper bot or algorithm, you can do 1-minute trades. Because the Ichimoku does provide you with enough data information for quicker trades even. But I daily and the weekly to see where the trend is going to go overall. 2007, 2008 stock market crash. Same thing. You could actually use that and look back and predict and see that the market was going to crash about a month ahead, maybe even 2 months ahead. Actually, let me just duplicate this and show you for an example of what I'm talking about. Using the SPY, take a look back, 2000. Go back to the daily. Should have been, where's two? Right here, I think I recall. No. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say I knew TradingView had more data than that. So we can see, based off the algorithm, the Ichimoku, 2007, 2008 stock market crashed. And we went from the 150 all the way down to 60, 67. Now that's definitely more than half, 50% drop. But it was right here in the daily all along. Had a couple of movements here. Here's a key component that I always stress on too. It's two signals or patterns that I always watch for, and that's an M and a W. The W, when it forms, you got a leg that goes up, comes back down, goes up, comes back down, and then takes off. The M, you can associate that with Madoff, is it goes down, up, and then drops off. Because you're meeting the support and resistance lines, and if it can't break that, then the confidence just drops off. So that's two signals or patterns that I always watch for, including or while using the Ichimoku cloud. Now we recovered since then. But what people are fearing now is another great drop. You've had this one back in 18. You had this one that we felt during COVID. And then you had this one this year that everyone was feeling, or last year, I mean. And now you've got another sell signal getting ready to take off. We did have a buy here, but the lagging span line is going to be breaking into this. Now, dailies, this could be that and recover. But I think what people are watching out for is this. You've had a great bull run for several years now. And now we're leading into the territory of dropping off. We started it back in January of 22. And we're getting this red cloud right here that's starting to form up off to the right in the volume areas. So if we continue dropping off, I think personally, and this is not financial advice or anything, this is literally just reading the charts, that you're going to have this downward movement within the momentum. The momentum will just carry over and continue to drop. Now, we went from 486, 480s down to where we are now to 400s. And could we see a reset in the 180? Now, the SPY, when I was trading years ago, was always around the 130 and 180 range, and now we're up all the way up to the 400s. So, could this be the moment where things start being really volatile and those options traders are going to start shorting, buying puts, shorting calls, and get in some bear positions here? That's something to watch out for. We keep hearing about the Great Reset, the cryptocurrency coming into the play now, and how that's going to affect the market. And I've always said that the signals are always on the charts, and then it takes an actionable event to go ahead and fire off that signal. So the signal is usually there, and then the action or the event usually happens to go ahead and start it. And that's either news, a policy change, regulations, a politician, whatever the case may be, gets up on stage and starts bashing crypto or whatever, or the stock market, and raises interest rates, and then it continues to fall. So what we're seeing with ETH, Bitcoin, for Ethereum, hopefully, we got volume all the way up to 30,200, which is good to see. And then what happens is that usually that volume resets and it gives you some other updates on orders and volume levels. The 4 hourly definitely kicking off that lagging span line, boosting through the trend here. And now we see a red cloud. That red cloud doesn't always necessarily mean that you're going to be bearish. Like right here, for example, the red cloud definitely followed, but then this is usually the area of resistance. So if we break out and it happens to break out, you can see what happens. It continues to go up. So if we do break this key support or key resistance area, will Bitcoin pump up to, the next level is literally that 30 where we broke off at. So if we can break that, I think you're going to see 40,000, hopefully 50,000 Bitcoin. Again, not financial advice, just saying that with the chart reading and using what I know, that's what happens. So anyways, that's a little bit of today's topic and discussion. I wasn't trying to rush into anything. I just wanted to casually talk to everyone about what we're seeing in the market and why certain things happen in the events, the Ichimoku cloud. Another couple areas that are indicators that I use is the RSI and MACD. I've got my own that I've customized and got to understand now. These, you can go over and follow me here. I've got 2 students right now that I'm teaching. I do teach on the side over at Patreon. The link is Investors Club. So you can join me over there. I do personalized trainings, try to jump on calls with people, Google Meets, Zoom calls, and teach you guys how to become a better trader. Really, we're in this together. There's plenty of money in the crypto market, the stock market, and I really think that as a leader in this industry, we have to teach everyone the positivity in trading and investing. And I know a lot of people that don't, and there's sharks out there. And that's one of the reasons I started what I did. My background being military, and I just wanted to honor helping the community. So if you got questions, definitely after this stream, chat, type them in the comments. I'll answer them. I'll get back to you. You can follow me on YouTube, Investing with Chris, Patreon here, and whatever. I'm going to try to do these more and more frequent. I've been slacking because I've been so busy trying to grow our company and maintain in this stressful market and the policy changes that the great U.S. is pulling and leadership lacking. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this morning's coffee with Chris. Follow me, and I'll see you next time.